shops, anywhere like that?
No, sorry. I was nothing to do with it.
Okay.
I was just reading something.
How will you hear it? Has it got a really long-reaching microphone?
I think you should pick it up like this.
Yeah.
I'll get a bit of background noise.
Okay.
But
Yeah, it's pretty.
Sorry, go again.
Where do you get your clothes from?
We get them from Gloucester Road. They're pretty much dead men's suits from charity shops. So whenever somebody dies, they take their suit and we carry it through. This one used to belong to Richard.
That's really cool.
What's his surname? Yeah, 70s. And then we get them all done by Let 'em Hang, which are Bristol companies.
Yeah.
You know them?
Yeah,
our suits for us.
yeah, they're cool, man. They're really, really cool. I like that a lot. Where do you live, Bristol? Just everything that you see and do.
Yeah, really. It's like this. Break it up, guys.
Keep rolling.
Keep rolling. Moving on. Golf bugging.
I don't think you're going to make it in the final cut. Really, I like golf
My friend had a tractor at Christmas.
That's what you need.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice action. Yeah, back in place.
Excellent.
Where do you get your influences from, Fluff?
I get my influences from the trombone, mainly the noisy blicks in Jamaican music.
Cool. How do you set about writing music? So we're going to ask everybody about the creative process and how it actually works. How does yours specifically work?
It's like a germ that gets in a petri dish, just a little idea, and then it spreads out, and then another bit of dirt gets added from that, and in the end it's like its own culture all on its own.
How do you feel about Ashton Court?
Very well. If it doesn't happen again, which I very much doubt it will, it'll be a fucking crying shame. And it's been a community festival for years, and it should never have been turned into a paid festival. It should be being funded by the council because it's one of the biggest assets of our city, and the council should be spending money on that rather than redeveloping areas which have been redeveloped over and over again. And they should be putting their hand in their pocket and spending my council tax on something that is valuable to Bristol, for the communities, for music, for the arts, for business, for commerce, for all kinds of every reason really that the council is put in place.
Definitely. Do you think a lobbying group could do it?
No.
There is a group that just set themselves up and potentially want to start.
No, I doubt it very much. But then I'm completely cynical about the power of the people, and I think that the people that actually influence it will be the people with the money, and they're the people that will get the contracts to build the next waterfront piece of fucking shit that will be dead and broken down.
No one cares about.
Or building Broadmead bigger. It's like, it was shit, now we're going to make it longer.
Shit.
Dead inner cities with peripherals of cities being given over to people who are going to work there, which means the people who are in those peripheries have to move out to other areas and get the bullshit. And so, yeah, that's my view on that. But yeah, don't stop lobbying. I mean, I'll put my name to it, and I will do my bit to tell the council if they ever watch this to put their hand in the coffers.
Yeah, it's not a lot of money, is it, in real terms, actually? But
so if you think they lost 40 grand, I think, the year before, and then this year they must have lost another least grand. And in terms of what council tax we pay and what actually gets built up through taxes for local governments is take it easy funded. But there are other issues in that a lot of people didn't pay respect to the ground, and they didn't pay respect to the festival, and there was lots of violence, and then the police decided to charge up the arse for it because that's how they make their extra buck. So it's a very complicated thing really, and it's not just council. It's when the people themselves don't respect it, it gets a little hard to stand up for them.
it's institutional at the end of the day, and I think we were talking about it earlier, I think that when it went over to Hangborough, an awful lot changed, and really when it came back, just it was a very, very different festival, really, and the police presence was just
I guess so. I mean, we used to come up when we lived in Glastonbury when I was 15, and it was quite small, but it was still bigger, you know.
It's still the biggest community festival in Europe. When they decided to try and salvage the problems they were having by becoming semi-commercial, that kind of sounded a bit of a death knell.
yeah, definitely.
And that kind of thing trickles down to lots of other community festivals who probably looked at Ashton Court as a really important organisation and event. losing it's not just bad for Bristol, it's bad.
In terms of, just to let you know, just the video podcast that we're doing, the first video magazine we're launching, and essentially the September guide is a kind of guide for new students coming to Bristol. Basically to say, Bristol's a cool city, these are the places that we'd recommend going to. On the whole, where would you recommend? What would be your heads up for new people?
Sorry, love, what did you say?
I was saying, the video magazine, the next issue is going to be a student issue basically. So saying welcome to the new students and saying look at the city and there's lots of cool places that we can go to. We do a list of all the bars basically, and it kind of just really slates all the chatty bars and sings the praises of all the nice places like the Old Duke and things like that.
I was just going to say, the Old Duke does amazing business.
Yeah.
The Star and Garter back in its day was the place to go, and ideally they're on Tuesday nights.
Bristol.
And yeah, it's a great place, but
it's always fun when there's a real divide between student nightlife and local nightlife, and the way that they cross over. It appears in other cities that I haven't lived in but you've played in, that kind of knits together a bit better. There's lots of concerns about where you would go if you were in your first couple of years in East in St Paul's, in the kind of
quite a lot of Bristol areas are quite stigmatised.
Terrible reputations, which don't exist if you spend time.
Yeah, definitely. We did a piece in the last issue about Staveton Road about 5 years ago. One of the biggest papers, I think it was the Mirror, said this is the most dangerous place in the whole world.
Dangerous road. It was statistically the most dangerous road to be on.
It's ridiculous.
Someone was shot at on. Someone was shot at
I wouldn't wander around on my own, you know, at the end of the day at 4 o'clock in the morning, because that's just sketchy anywhere you go. But at the same time, there are loads of really great independent traders that are still suffering off the backlash of that.
The point is that if you were to walk around in, I mean, I think there's more rapes in Clifton than there is. It's just the stigma that goes with areas has got to be broken down, and you know, you've got to just be sensible about where you walk at night, whether you're a woman, a lone man, whatever. It can happen anywhere, but areas get talked up, and it's to do with racial stereotypes and all kinds of social problems. And the more that it gets ghettoised in this area, and it's really, you know, the poorer areas, there is more street crime. But
yeah, well, like the white ghettos, really, I would say it's probably one of the worst areas in Bristol.
And it's young men, are generally groups of young men in poor areas are but if you don't go to these areas and you ghettoise it and don't deal with it, then it will get worse. Whereas if you continue to go to these places and show people that it's fine and integrate with people.
We try and cover a different area each issue basically, just to kind of say to people, don't go to Tesco's when you can buy anything you want to instead. It's a really important Caribbean thing you can't get anywhere else in the city, so we're trying to sort of encourage new people to do it, because we're going to have a Noel West, I think, in the next few issues, because again, it's kind of the white ghetto area that I think, you know.
What can they offer me?
As a place?
Oh, as a consumer.
Oh yeah, exactly. There's loads of like really great new music projects coming out of St Paul's at the moment, and loads of art house projects that are coming out of that area.
But Noel West is, what can I get in Noel West?
Good old English food, like traditional English breakfasts.
Yeah, probably one of the best fights you'll ever get in the whole city, I imagine.
Right. Where?